Hey there, Starlights, Mayumi here. I recently got Douman up to 120, but before then, let's talk about my journey on how I started to like Douman. Now, for starters, you're all probably wondering why I like Douman. There's many reasons. He's funny, he's hot, he has an 8-pack, but I guess the main reason why I like him is because I pity him. Now, you're probably gonna think I'm weird for saying this, but Douman deserves a lot of love. He's basically a cat who's striving to get attention. And who else can give it to him other than us as his master? So that's exactly what I did. I gave him a lot of affection and raised him up all the way to 120. But in truth, in reality, I actually didn't really like Douman at the beginning. I never even knew that he was in Shimosa as well. When I did Shimosa, I kind of skipped. I know that's terribly bad for me to say this, but it's the truth. I heard so many ghost stories from many fans alike, even from my best friend, that Shimosa was terrible. So in truth, Lost Belt 4 was the very first time I actually saw Douman. When I saw his appearance, I was in a bit of an awe. However, when he got into his freaky expression, I was very much creeped out. I was scared. However, I started to do a little bit of research. I pretty much went on YouTube and browsed around and see how his character was like. Then, I guess what kept me in liking Douman was his Valentine scene. Then I heard his voice lines and his summoning lines since he was released early in JP. And before I knew it, I fell in love and got obsessed. And I couldn't wait to get him on Raid Up. When I found out he was coming on Raid Up on JP, I knew I just had to get a JP account. I was totally crazed and went beyond my expectations. That I never thought I would get so upset in wanting a character like him so badly, like I did for Waver when he came out for the Sanzong rerun event. So that's exactly what I did. During the summer event, for the first time when he came out in GP, I tried rolling. I progressed on story, rolled and rolled and rolled, and I had no luck. He didn't want to come home for me. It wasn't until that FG Rolls on Twitch made a giveaway of a GP account. And that was how I was able to take care of this little cat on GP at MP5. I was very lucky and grateful. It also kept my sanity for a bit until he came out in NA in November of 2022. For now on JP, Douman is trapped at 110. I wanted to 120 before he came out in NA, but unfortunately I didn't get enough copies when he came back on Raid Up, so it's okay. I'm fine with leaving him at 110. But since NA is my most primary account, I knew I had to 120 him. There was no doubt in my mind. So, without further ado, let's talk about my journey and how I actually got Douman to 120 here. Starting with summoning. My goal was to get MP6 copies of Douman on NA. I had 1,713 sync ports already, along with 20 tickets. Luckily for me, I was able to get MP7 of Douman. I was already done getting MP6, so I was like, you know what? Why not? Let me do a YOLO. And shockingly enough, he actually came on the last roll. I had all my sync ports used up, and I'm very lucky for that. I even told to Douman's illustrator, Finimi Shoichi, also known as Hasendao, on Twitter, since I follow her. She doesn't reply to the fans on Twitter, but she leaves a like. Even for receiving a like on Twitter, I was very happy. Anytime there is a moment of Douman that's been posted on social media, I always leave a message for her, saying my thanks and how much I'm appreciative of how she animated this wonderful character. Since MP5 is the MP limit you can have for one character, the rest of the 2 copies are hidden in my second archive, saved from harm, so I don't accidentally delete them. Because if I knew if I deleted those, I know I'd regret it for the rest of my life. And I know they're locked, but even still. Next up is leveling. Right after getting Douman to level 90, I knew I had to get him to 100. And of course, many would tease me on when I would get Douman to 120. because I know how challenging leveling a servant to 120 will be, and of course it will take a bit of time. But you know what? Why not? I went for it. I also had Douman's skills and Append's skills maxed out, all of them set at 10, 10, 10 each. Attack-wise, I was able to instantly get Douman to 2k. However, HP-wise, that was not the case. But I was still able to max him out later, thanks to the Christmas event. Later on during the new year, I was actually able to get Douman up to 102, thanks to the super and great successes they were giving. I got him all the way to 109 and stopped there. It wasn't until 6th anniversary I was able to get him to 120. It took me 3 days to reach that point, from 109 to 120. I don't regret it one bit. I know I could have easily waited for the lotto, but they were giving the triple successes and greats, which I couldn't refuse. I felt that with that method, things went by very quick, and that's how I was able to get him to 120. For the last foes that I was able to max out Douman, I knew I had to record this. I didn't want to miss this for the world and have a little bit of a memory from it. I know having a screenshot is good, but I'm glad we can record things. Let's go! I'm very glad he said that line at the end. It's my favorite quote. And voila, 120 Ashiya Douman. Now, since I grailed Douman to 120, you're probably wondering who's going to be the next one. Well, I really have no idea. But I like to have at least one servant to 120, and this is it. Thank you so much for watching my journey, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. See you in the next one. Stay shiny, everybody. 高ぶりますな。